easier to light the candle. Anyone else? The last candle. Thank you. Please be seated. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Before the meditation, we are going to do our chanting. Please turn to page 5 of our chanting book. Salutation to the Buddha. Namo Tasse Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhasse. Namo Tasse Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhasse. Namo Tasse Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhasse. The three refuges. Buddhang Saranang Gacchami, Dhammang Saranang Gacchami, Sanghang Saranang Gacchami, Dutiyampi Buddhang Saranang Gacchami, Dutiyampi Dhammang Saranang Gacchami, Dutiyampi Sanghang Saranang Gacchami, Tatiyampi Buddhang Saranang Gacchami, Tatiyampi Dhammang Saranang Gacchami, Tatiyampi Sanghang Saranang Gacchami. Next page. 5 precepts. Pānātipada veramani sikkhapadam samadhiyāmi adinādāna veramani sikkhapadam samadhiyāmi kāmesu micchācārā veramani sikkhapadam samadhiyāmi musāvādā veramani sikkhapadam samadhiyāmi surameraya majja pamadatthāna veramani sikkhapadam samadhiyāmi. Affirmative vows based on the 5 precepts. Being aware of the suffering caused by the destruction of life, I vow to cultivate compassion and learn ways to protect the lives of all living beings. Being aware of the suffering caused by exploitation, stealing and oppression, I vow to respect the property of others and to practice generosity by sharing my time, energy and material resources with those who are in real need. Being aware of the suffering caused by sexual misconduct, I vow to respect my commitments and those of others. I am determined not to engage in relations without love and long-term commitment. Being aware that words can create suffering, I vow to learn to speak truthfully and develop peaceful, kind and meaningful speech. Being aware of the suffering that an intoxicated and agitated mind can produce, I vow to develop mindfulness and heedfulness. Next page. Homage to the Buddha. Iti piso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho viඤ්ඤාචරණ සම්පන්නෝ සුගතෝ ලෝකවිදු අනුත්තරෝ පුරිස ධම්ම සාරති සත්තා දේව මනුස්සානං බුද්ධෝ භගවාති. Homage to the Dhamma. Swāṅkāto bhagavata dhammo sanditthiko akāliko ehi bassiko opanayiko paccattam veditabbo vinyuhiti. Homage to the Sangha. Supatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Ujjupatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Nyaya patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Sāmīci patipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho Yadidang chattari purisa yugani Attha purisa puggala Esa bhagavato sāvaka sangho Ahuniyo Pahuniyo Dakkiniyo Anjali Karaniyo අනුත්තරං පුඤ්ඤක් කෙත්තං ලෝකස්සාති සාදු සාදු සාදු. Next page. Offerings. Offering of light. Ganesarappaditena දීපේන තමදං සිනා තිලෝක දීපං සම්බුද්ධං පූජයාමි තමුනුදං. Offering of incense. ගන්ධ සම්භාර යුත්තේන දූපේනං සුගන්ධිනා පූජයේ පූජනීයං තං පූජා භාජන මුත්තමං. Offering of flowers. වන්න ගන්ධේ ගුණෝපේතං ඒතං කුසුම සන්තතින් පූජයාමි මුනින්දස්ස සිරිපාද සරුරුහේ පූජේමි බුද්ධං කුසුමේන නීන පුඤ්ඤේන මේතේන ලබාමි මොක්ඛං උප්පං නිලායාති යතයි ධම්මේ ආයෝ තතයාති විනාශ භාවං. Offering of water. අධිවාසේතුනු බන්ති පානීයං පරිකම්පිතං අනුකම්පං උපාදාය පතිගන්හාතු උත්තම. Offering of drinks. අධිවාසේතුනු බන්ති ගිලාන පච්චයං ඉමං අනුකම්පං උපාදාය පතිගන්හාතු උත්තම. Worship of shrines. වන්දාමි චේතියං සබ්බං සබ්බඨානේසු පතිට්ඨිතං සාරීරික ධාතු මහා බෝධිං බුද්ධ රූපං සකලං සදා. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Next page. Wish of well-being. Iccheva manchante namaste නමස්සේ මානෝ රතේ නත්තේ යං යං පුඤ්ඤාභි සන්දං විපුලං අලන්තං තස්සානුභාවි Reflections on the teachings of the Buddha in English. Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made Adi. If one speaks or acts with an impure mind, suffering follows like the wheel that follows the foot of the ox. Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made Adi. If one speaks or acts with a pure mind, happiness follows like one's own shadow that never leaves. Generosity, kind words, benevolent actions towards others, and equanimity towards all beings and all things. These bonds of sympathy function in the world like the linpin in a moving cart. One by one, little by little, moment by moment, wise people should remove their impurities as a smith removes the rust from silver. For one who mindfully develops boundless loving kindness, mental defilements are weakened and the freedom from clinging is seen. All conditioned things are impermanent. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. All conditioned things are unsatisfactory. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. All things are not self. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
We welcome all our spiritual friends for our Wednesday meditation. Also, our friends who are joining over YouTube. Today, Wednesday, is the day of meditation day. So, all of you are here to practice meditation. So, we are glad to be with you to practice meditation. So, before we start the meditation, so you can think about the decision that you have made to come to this place. Practice a kind of meditation. You can rejoice the decision that you have made. Appreciate yourself. Take a moment. Take a moment to appreciate, deeply appreciate yourself. Rejoice the decision that you have made. I should come to this place and spend few minutes to observe, to feel the spirituality within yourself. Practicing a kind of meditation. To feel the peace within yourself. You have made that decision by yourself. Therefore, rejoice yourself. Deeply appreciate yourself. Appreciating yourself. Before you bring your awareness to the meditation, also you can make a determination. The determination is that I'll engage in a committed practice. I'll make use of this wholesome guidance, this wholesome gathering, this wholesome teaching. I'll engage in a committed practice. Wholeheartedly make that determination now. With that determination, listen to the bell and let's do the chanting Namo Buddhaya. The sound of the bell and the chanting we are doing will help you to settle your mind, to relax your body, and to bring your awareness into this present moment until the very end of the sound of the bell and the chant. Be with the sounds. Now you are here to meditation. You can adjust your body if you want into a comfortable meditative posture. Either way, you are sitting on a cushion or on a chair, on a carpet. Adjust your body. Your posture is more important for a good meditation. How you have kept your body. You can keep your upper body upright and chin somewhat parallel to the floor. You can keep your both eyes closed gently. Both palms are resting on your lap. Right palm on the top of left palm. Touching both thumbs each other. This is your meditative posture. Until the end of the meditation, make your full effort to be in this posture. If you want to adjust or change your posture, your position, you can do it mindfully and slowly. Now you can take a moment to observe your body, to feel your entire body, from the top of your head to the tips of your toes, from the tips of your toes to the tips of your fingers. Feel your entire body. Feel your feet. Big toe, little toe, heel, sole of the feet. Lower legs, knees, upper legs, back muscles, belly muscles, chest muscles. Feel how the muscles are pressed. Yeah, your body meets the cushion or the chair. Feel your both shoulders and relax the body. Relax the body. Relax your body. Feel your upper arms, lower arms, palms, fingers and fingertips. How the fingers are touching each other. Any sensation in between your fingers? Any warmth feeling? Any warm sensation? Feel that warm sensation in between your fingers. Feel your neck area. Keep your neck straight and feel the weight of your head on your neck. When you pay your attention, you feel the weight. So far, what you have not felt, now you can feel. Feel your facial muscles and relax. Feel your forehead and relax. Relax your entire body. You are with your body. Right here, in front of the Buddha, you are going to practice meditation. We are going to practice loving kindness meditation and meditation on breath as a silent meditation, just for a few minutes. The both techniques of this meditation help us to enhance our wisdom and mindfulness. Before you bring your awareness to practice meditation, you can just take a moment to observe your present mind. Now your body held well, you have sat comfortably. Now you can take a look into your mind, how your mind functions right now, what you are thinking, what kind of thoughts are occurring in your mind. Nobody is there to observe your mind other than you. Observe your present mind, the natural, naked mind. The thoughts, various types of thoughts you may have in your mind right now, what you are feeling, what you are experiencing right now, what you are hearing, how you feel your body, or any memories come to your mind from past, from immediate past, or what you have to do next after this meditation, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, any plans related to past, present, future. Among those thoughts you may find wholesome thoughts or unwholesome thoughts, positive, negative or neutral. Just observe all these thoughts and notice them. You no need to cultivate or follow any of these thoughts. What you are doing is just noticing the thoughts and understanding the nature of your mind, how your mind functions. Thoughts, thoughts, thoughts. Thoughts are popping up one after the other. To understand more closely, just you can grab or take one of these thoughts randomly and analyze the thought that you have selected. Why I have this thought right now? You may find the origin of the thought. You are analyzing your own mind, experiencing your own mind. Why this thought came to my mind right now? What is the origin? Come back to your present mind, right here. You just took a look and observed how your mind functions. With this understanding, now you can bring your awareness and pay attention to the meditation. You have the ability to generate whatever thought that you wish without letting occur any thoughts in your mind. Now you are going to generate wholesome thoughts purposefully, intentionally. Meanwhile, observing what kind of thoughts are occurring. You are generating wholesome thoughts. Loving kindness. That is our wholesome thought. Regularly we are practicing. We are cultivating in our meditation. Loving kindness. Loving friendliness. The universal friendliness. What a beautiful thought that we can generate in our minds. Wishing everyone else to be well, to be happy, to be peaceful. Without exception, you are going to cultivate loving kindness for all beings, everyone else. This is genuine loving kindness. No limits, no boundaries. Your loving kindness is boundless. Imagine that there is a baby, nice, beautiful baby smiling at you. How you feel? Your heart may be full of love. Or you can imagine any beloved one in front of you, a puppy, a beautiful flower. How you feel? Same way, now you are going to practice loving kindness for everyone else, including yourself. You can generate loving kindness for yourself first. To your mind, to your body, to your life. Mentally repeating the guidance, cultivate loving kindness thoughts. Generate loving kindness within yourself for you. May I be well. May I be happy. May I Be peaceful, peaceful, peaceful. May I be safe. May I be healthy. May I be healed. Be healed. Be healed. May my mind be happy. May my mind be healthy. May my mind be peaceful. 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 May I have a happy mind. May I have a happy mind. May I have a happy mind. Generate loving kindness and radiate throughout your body. Do loving kindness to your body. Your body needs your loving kindness, loving caring. May this body be healthy, be healthy, be healed, be healed, be healed. You can radiate your loving kindness throughout each and every parts of the body, to all the systems and internal organs, internal functions of the body. Radiate loving kindness throughout your entire body. Feel the skin of the body. The skin, the largest organ of the body. The muscles, the bones. May the skin, the muscles and the bones of this body be healthy. Be healthy. Be healed. Be healed. Be healed. You can feel all the systems and internal organs of your body. They are still, even right now, functioning for you. Deeply appreciate the support of all these functions, internal organs of your body. Deeply appreciating the support, radiate loving kindness throughout all the systems and the internal functions of the body. Feel the respiratory system, the vital function of the body, the cardiovascular system, cardiac muscles, the digestive system, the genitourinary system, the central nervous system, peripheral nervous system, the immune system, all the sensory faculties, sensory organs, including the brain, eyes, ears, nose, and tongue. They are even right now functioning. Deeply appreciate the support and radiate loving kindness throughout your entire body. May all these systems, internal functions, and organs of this body be healthy, be healthy, be healed, be healed, be healed. May all the sensory faculties, including the brain, be healthy, be healthy, be healed, be healed, be healed. Feel how loving kindness is running throughout your body. You are full of loving kindness now. With loving kindness vibes, you are relaxing. Your body, your mind is becoming calmer and calmer. It's peaceful right now. May I be well. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. 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 Loving kindness. Observe your present mind now. It's full of loving kindness. If you observe any other thoughts, different types of thoughts, meanwhile this meditation, just observe them, notice them, let them go and come back to your meditation. Mentally murmur the word loving kindness. You are full of loving kindness. You have very genuine, pure mind right now. Be with the loving kindness. With loving kindness. Now you are so relaxed and so peaceful that you can expand your loving kindness beyond yourself with your peaceful mind. Expand your loving kindness beyond yourself. The same genuine loving kindness thoughts to everyone else, without exception, without any limits. Now you can expand your loving kindness. Make your same genuine loving kindness wishes to the friends who are meditating with you, to those spiritual friends, as a spiritual community. Let's share our loving kindness with each other who are joining this meditation. All together, let's share our loving kindness, including monks. May all these spiritual friends who are meditating with me be well, be happy, be peaceful, peaceful, peaceful. May all these spiritual friends who are meditating with me be safe, be healthy, be healed, be healed, be healed. What a pleasant thought that you have in your mind. Now, let's expand our loving kindness beyond this room. Wherever you are meditating, expand more and more. Extend your loving kindness to everyone else. Whoever is nearby you right now, your family members, your friends, your neighbors, relatives, co-workers, make these genuine loving kindness wishes for them as well. May all of them be well, be happy, be peaceful, peaceful, peaceful. May all of them be safe, be healthy, be healed, be healed, be healed. You can expand your loving kindness more and more to everyone else who are living in this neighborhood, in neighboring neighborhoods, in this city, in neighboring cities, in this country, in this world, in this universe. Not only to human beings, to all other beings, visible or invisible, living near or far, to all beings. Extend your genuine loving kindness wishes for them. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. Be peaceful. Peaceful. Extend your loving kindness into every direction, covering all beings living in every direction. Into the direction of the front, back, left, right, above and below. May all beings living in every direction be well, be happy, be peaceful, peaceful, peaceful. May all beings have happy minds. May all beings have happy minds. May all beings have happy minds. What a peaceful mind now you have. Enjoy peace within yourself. Loving kindness. Loving kindness has made your mind peaceful, purified, calm. Enjoy the loving kindness and relax. With your peaceful mind full of loving kindness, now you can observe your breath. Spend few minutes on your breath. You are going to practice breathing meditation. If you have changed your posture, adjust your body again into breathing meditation. Take a long deep breath slowly. Hold it as much as you can and slowly breathe out while relaxing your upper body. Feel the relaxation in your chest area, both shoulders. Take another breath slowly and relax your body. To feel your breath, in breath and out breath more closely. You can keep your awareness in between your upper lip and nostrils. There you feel your in breath and out breath very easily. And start breathing meditation. Mindfully breathe in and mindfully breathe out. Mindful breathe in, mindfully breathe out. You may have some other different thoughts in your mind, may occur in your mind. Observe them, notice them, come back to your meditation. The breath, that's it. In these last few minutes, make your full effort to be with your breath. Mindfully breathe in, mindfully breathe out. Dukkhappattāc nidukkha bhayappattāc nibbaya Sokappattāc Nisoka Hontu Sabbepi Panino. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are grieving be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Gently come out of the meditation and gently put your palms together and place them against your chest. And let's take a moment to feel grateful to this opportunity to have this meditation in our life. And let's feel grateful to all the enlightened masters and the teachers in the past who transmitted this practice, this wisdom, this teaching from generation to generation. And you can appreciate the guidance and the instructions you received for your meditation. And let's feel grateful to anyone else who helped us today to practice this meditation, to come to this place, to join to this meditation. Whoever taking care of this place, cleaned and arranged this place for you, let's deeply feel grateful for them. And even these non-living things that we are using to our meditation, the bell, the cushion, the chair, the device which help to connect to this meditation, feeling deep gratitude and appreciating the support. Let's say sadhu 3 times together. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Yes, Bhante, good morning. So we had a meditation, a nice meditation.
Good evening, Bhante, and so nice to see all of our friends. And I think you all have had a good meditation. Yes, can you hear me, Bhante?
Yes, I think so. Now we can hear you.
Okay. Okay, greetings to everyone from Sri Lanka. And today I'm glad that you all decided to spend this evening with us in this meditation. and Wednesday has become our, the mid of the week day that we reflect, we regain our energy, and then we refresh ourselves, and it's an important day, in the week. So I'm so glad that you decided to come to practice with us today. So I would like to know how was your Valentine's Day? Did anyone celebrate it? Of course, in Sri Lanka, there's no Valentine's Day. But of course, now, yeah. So now I think maybe the businessmen, social media, they try to promote the idea of the Valentine's Day, but it's not widespread. People are aware of that, but there's no such special customs related to that. But I think we can use this day for good reasons. So, anyone would like to share with us, how did you spend your Valentine's Day? Did you get a chance to express how you feel about others? Because most of the time, when we are in relationships, we tend to take everything for granted, and we don't necessarily express, how we feel about them. So this kind of days are important, that we can express how do we feel about them. Did anyone got a chance to do that?
Yeah, with the meditation at the library, with the montes, we spread some love and kindness down there.
This weekend, my wife and I went to Niagara Falls, Canada, and not until we were leaving to come home, we drove past a Buddhist temple, and I guess it's one of the largest Buddhist temples like in North America. And it was Sunday morning, so it was like a pleasant surprise to me. So I was able to stop and walk on their grounds. There's like a 7-story building that's like a museum, and there's lots of statues. And I didn't go inside, but I was able to kind of walk around for a bit and do my daily meditation. So it was like the perfect end to a weekend. So.
Oh, thank you for sharing that. So was it in Canada?
Yeah, it was on the Canadian side. It was in Niagara Falls, and it's called like 10,000 Buddhas or something along those lines. I tried like going on their website, but it was in like Chinese, and it didn't really like translate well to English. So I had trouble finding information about it. But I guess they do like guided tours, and you can visit and go inside and see. But it was Sunday morning when I was there, and I was kind of about to I didn't know if I was supposed to kind of go in or walk around, so I did my little bit from the outside, and it was really neat. We're planning to go back in the summertime, and I want to visit there, but it was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Tony, for sharing that. Yes, I think so. Maybe today we can spend some time in understanding our need for human connection and how challenging it is actually. And of course, our loving kindness meditation is a big part of our spiritual practice. So, when we do practice our loving kindness, we basically develop goodwill, our genuine wish for the well-being of everyone. So it's slightly, it's different from, kind of interpersonal, love or intimacy that we have. Loving kindness is more, wider, unconditional, and then also more like a goodwill, to us, and more like a friendliness to us all beings. But anyway, as human beings, we have this, one of our primary needs as human beings is to be connected and then feel belonging. So, of course, we have our basic needs like, food, shelter, security. I think after we fulfill our basic need of food and then placed a shelter and then a sense of security, and then our next need is actually to connect with others. And it's a very important human need, and we have to have those connections with other people, with our family, with our friends, and that if we have a good healthy connections with others, that's the basis for our own well-being and also our good health. But then the issue is that when we want to connect with others, and we want to maintain those connections and relationships, and we want to stay close to others. But as you know, it is not that easy for us to stay connected and stay close to others, because each individual is bringing with him or her his or her own set of tendencies, and preferences, and it's not that easy to stay connected, stay close with another person. And if you understand this with the wisdom of the Buddha saw an individual as a combination of 5 processes. We call it 5 khandhas or 5 aggregates. I think during our last lessons we learned about that. So any individual is if you put in simply, any individual is we have physical form, we have ability to have sensations, and we have set of our memories and our mental images, and then we have all forms of habitual patterns in our behavior, our habits, our tendencies, our dispositions. And then we have consciousness, ability to pay attention and be conscious of what is around us. So any individual is actually a combination of these 5 aggregates, 5 processes. And the fourth aggregate or process is what we call sankhara, which means different forms of habitual patterns that we carry as an individual. So each person can have different, very unique patterns of behavior. Some patterns of behavior can be harmonious, some patterns can be disharmonious. So even actually Buddha said that each individual is a world by itself. Each individual is a world by itself, or himself or herself. So on one hand, we have this need to be connected, to stay close, and in a relationship. On the other hand, each individual is unique, and it is a world by himself or herself. So having any relationship, having any connection is almost like bringing 2 worlds together, which is not an easy thing. I think as people who lived long enough, you have realized that how each individual is having his or her own opinions, habits and patterns, and the way of reacting to things, and so it's not that easy to have that connection. But I think Buddha has given us a number of techniques to recognize this, and then still stay connected. So that's why in loving kindness meditation we try to develop this genuine wish of well-being, and all kind of compassionate and more like unconditional heart to accept both the weaknesses and goodnesses in a person. So in order for us to stay connected and feel belong to, and then stay in relationship, we need to develop this ability to accept, to be okay with unpleasant things, to be okay with disagreeable habits, disagreeable things in other persons. So we will not be able to find a person who is only having the things that we like. We will always find people who are having certain qualities, certain behaviors that we appreciate, we like, we can be agree with, but definitely and they are also going to have certain viewpoints and opinions and patterns of behavior that we cannot agree with them, or we may not appreciate. So, but that's the deal, you know, that is how individuals are. So therefore, the one basic requirement, basic, you know, basic quality that we need in order to stay connected with others is our ability or our willingness to accept, to be okay with the weaknesses and with the unpleasant or disagreeable tendencies and behavior of other people. So we can appreciate what we consider as pleasant and agreeable and nice, but at the same time we have to, you know, be willing to accept the other side of the person. So we cannot have one part of the person and reject the other part. So we have to be willing to accept the whole package. That's the, you know, that is the basis of our relationships. So sometimes we need to, you know, look at even those negative, you know, aspects of other people in a positive way. I remember a story that one newly married couple, you know, they went to get advice from their, you know, grandfather, because, you know, grandfather spent so many years in his life, and they thought that, you know, grandfather should have some, you know, wisdom to share with them. So this newly married couple went to this grandfather and asked him, can you give us a word of wisdom, you know, how we can live this life together? And the grandfather told them, whenever you notice a fault or weakness, or whenever you see a weakness in your partner, be happy about it and be grateful for that weakness, for that bad habit of that person. And the young couple got confused, and he said that, you know, how we can be happy when I see a weakness, you know, in other person? So why should I have to be grateful for that? But then the grandfather told them that if your partner did not have that weakness or that fault, that partner should not have chosen you. And the reason that person has selected you is because he has those weaknesses. If that person didn't have those weaknesses, and he might have chosen a better person than you, because we ourselves also having our own weaknesses and, you know, faults. And therefore, this grandfather advised them, whenever you notice any weakness in your partner, and be grateful for that weakness, because if she or he did not have that weakness, he should have selected a better partner than me. So that weakness, that, you know, whatever fault that person is having, is the foundation, because it helps that person to select me. So therefore, sometimes we have to look at those, you know, weaknesses in a positive life too. And so actually, so loving a person is actually accepting some unpleasant things about that person too, and which is not may not be easy, but I think we can cultivate, we can open our heart, we can, you know, we can make our heart bigger. And that's what we do in our loving kindness meditation too. We can make our heart bigger and bigger, so we accept even weaknesses of the other person. And of course, we can help each other to grow. Doesn't mean that, you know, one should maintain, one should, you know, keep the bad habits, one should keep the weakness all the time. You know, any person can change. So the Buddha said that everyone is a combination of the 5 processes, 5 aggregates, but none of these aggregates is permanent. And we can, you know, keep changing our memory, our perceptions, our habits, our patterns. Anything can be changing. You know, this is not the final product. So we are still in the making. So we can still help the other person to change. And also we can reflect on ourselves and also start changing, you know, and improving. So, but before that, we need to have some level of acceptance. So I think that is the foundation for love, I think. Let me share one other story, actually. I read in a book about a person who's maintaining a nice garden. How many people here who has a garden, who has a lawn in your house? Okay, so one. Okay, I think, yeah, of course, during these days, you don't have to work hard, but during spring and summer, you have to work hard to maintain your yard, maintain your lawn really well, right? I think sometimes it can be a hobby, sometimes it can be really a task. But anyway, so this person had a nice garden, nice yard for himself. He maintained his grass really well. He cut it really nicely. He kept it very green, very nice looking. And during one spring, he realized that his whole garden was infested with dandelions. So he wanted to keep his garden completely green, but now different bushes and of dandelions is all over his yard, and so it doesn't look uniform. So it's have this yellow flowers appearing on different spots, and he really wanted to get rid of this dandelion. So he consulted his friends. He used one technique, and then didn't work, and he went to shop, a flower shop, and asked some kind of chemicals he can use. He used it, but it didn't work. He searched the internet, and looked for books, and he tried few types of techniques, methods to get rid of these dandelions and to keep his garden completely green. None of these methods work. So what he did, actually, he wrote a letter to the Department of Agriculture to get some advice. He explained, how he maintained his garden. He explained when these dandelions start to come out, and then he explained all kinds of things he did to get rid of the dandelions, and then explained that nothing worked. So he asked the question, can you give me advice? What should I do next? And according to this story that I read, it says that, he got a letter from the Department of Agriculture. Based on what you have done before, we only have one suggestion for you. Maybe you should start learn to love dandelion. So instead of getting rid of the dandelions, maybe you start to learn to love dandelions. Maybe learn to appreciate dandelions, and try to find a way to appreciate it. I think so. That is the foundation of our relationships, right? So sometimes we have to accept, maybe dandelions, accept some weeds in other persons. And if it's really harmful, we can help the person to to grow. But first we need to accept that. So any thoughts about that? While we accept, weaknesses or maybe unpleasant side of the other person, we can also start to look or maybe appreciate the good qualities of the other person more. I think in a relationship, we easily notice the negative side of the other person, and sometimes we don't notice enough. Maybe we do not appreciate enough the good qualities and the wholesome side of the other person. So the one other way that we can, improve our relationships is actually start to look and appreciate, even think about, the qualities of the other person a little bit, more closely. Because each individual carries, goodness and also some weaknesses. And if you start to appreciate that, if you start to look at that wholesome side, and if you start to appreciate it, first, of course, help you to stay calm, but at the same time, it can also help the other person to get some encouragement to improve his or her own goodness, but at the same time to remove whatever negative side of that person because of that appreciation coming from the other party.
I think we focus too much on the bad of the other person. It's very nice to see it, but focus on the good side.
Exactly. And actually, there's an interesting discourse given by the Buddha. When we learn to love others, and then to first we have to focus on the good side of the person. There can be so many good qualities that we have taken for granted, and then Buddha said, for example, Buddha said that some people may not be that skillful in their speech. They can be very hurtful when they speak, and they can be very sharp, very critical. So that will be really unpleasant, a quality of a person. You're always very sharp, very critical, and so. But Buddha said that in that case, maybe you just focus not on the words of that person, but maybe how that person really behave. Some people can be very unskillful, maybe hurtful in their speech, but when it comes to their duty, fulfilling their responsibilities and doing things, like their physical behavior, and they can be quite responsible people. They fulfill their obligations and responsibilities. So Buddha said that in that case, focus on the good side, and then start make a connection with that wholesome side, and then and grow from there.
Isn't it accepting other person's aggression is sign of weakness, and the aggressor will take advantage of that and will do more aggression?
Yeah, I think it's yeah. Thank you, Mark. Aggression. Yeah, maybe aggression could be really bad dandelions, right? Yeah, but I think aggression can be real. It depends on the level of aggression. Of course, if you're in a relationship, if the other person is aggressive, and then you really need to work out that tendency, definitely. But then your question is that if we accept the aggression of the other person, is it a weakness? I think if you really accept it, you really need a very high level of strength to do that, because no one will accept, no one will come into terms with aggression, right? And we will retaliate, we will react, and then we will come into conflicts very easily. And if someone is is mindful when someone is aggressive, and then try to navigate the situation to a more less aggressive nature, and that person has to have a very high level of mindfulness, and also very high level of patience and wisdom. So I would say that if someone accept the aggression of the other person, and of course, and then start to work with that person to somehow overcome that situation, that person should be very, very strong. So I think the weakness is actually to retaliate, and that's the weakness. We become fearful, we become afraid of the aggression. When someone is showing aggression, we feel fearful, and then we become aggressive, we become reactive because of our fear. So our aggressive reaction comes from the place of fear and weakness. But I think acceptance of the aggression, and then try to find the way to skillfully, change the situation requires a lot of strength and wisdom. So I don't see, the acceptance of aggression is a weakness. You can't do it, with weakness. Sometimes maybe you kind of, out of fear, you can avoid. Maybe you can run away from the situation, and that can happen. But I think to deal with that situation with some level of, calmness and patience requires a lot of strength and training.
At a certain point, this person has to stand up for his right to stop the aggression.
So how to stop the aggression of the other person?
Yeah. Fight back.
So do you think that fighting back can help to stop the aggression?
I think so.
If that's the case, it will be very easy for us to stop aggressions. I think that when we fight back, the aggression grows in both parties. But I think there's a subtle difference here. One is to be reactive and be aggressive, same as the other person is. So that's what we usually do. Whenever we have some, violent behavior or aggressive behavior, and we try to project our own aggression to the same volume and try to match the aggression of the other person, and try to, shout as loud as the other person. So we try to match that aggression. So we think that way we can, handle the situation. But I think from your own experience, just reflect, whether that thing has worked. But at the same time, when someone is aggressive and violent and unkind, and we need to show our displeasure about it. We need to show our disapproval, and we need to make sure that the other person understands that I don't agree, and I don't I don't condone that situation. But that's slightly different than being aggressive. I think we can be firm with our opinion. We can be we can communicate how did we feel about it, and then we can still stay more mindful and be in control of our speech and of our behavior. Then that's different. So we are expressing our displeasure, we are expressing our disapproval, we try to help the person to understand the point, but we do it with full control. But that is not being aggressive as the other person. I think that will be more effective than simply try to be the aggressive as the other person to stop the aggression.
Bhante, we have a question from our YouTube friends. Adrian asked, I don't know whether you have enough time to answer this question. Anyway, let me read the question, Bhante. So, Adrian asked, can you speak to those circumstances when we have a tendency to grow too large of heart in respect to the acceptance of unacceptable behaviors of others?
Can you read the last part again?
Yes, how we grow too large in our heart in respect to the acceptance of the unacceptable behavior of others.
Yeah, how we can grow our heart large enough so we can accommodate even the unaccepted behavior or unexpected
Behaviors of others. Yeah.
Yeah, behavior of the others. Yeah, I think how we can make our our heart large enough to accept even the unaccepted behavior of other people. But one thing I need to clarify here: in accepting the unpleasant or unaccepted behavior of the other people does not mean that we support that behavior, does not mean that we approve that behavior, does not mean that we continue to feed that behavior. So here we need to make a slight, very important difference. Accepting unpleasant or unacceptable behavior in other person is simply understanding that that person is is a victim of his own patterns and of behavior. That person is victims of his own upbringing. That person is a victim of his own background. So we develop some kind of empathy to that unaccepted behavior. But that does not mean that we approve it or we support that behavior. So, there's a difference here. And then, the way to make our heart large enough to accommodate even the unaccepted behavior of the others is actually to develop more compassion or develop more empathy to that person's background, that person's situation. So any person who's having unacceptable behavior has learned those behaviors from some environment. And any person who is not strong enough with this willpower and mindfulness, we can become easily a victim of the surrounding environment, surrounding background. So how we can develop our heart even to accept the unpleasant or unacceptable behavior of the others is actually develop some deep understanding of that person's background, that person's behavior, and understand that person is a victim of a larger process. And then, of course, we can help the person to come out from that. But looking at the person who is having unacceptable behavior as a victim of a larger process can help us to broaden our heart, even to be okay with that. But again, not to approve it, but to somehow find a way to help that person. But first we accept it. First we develop some kind of empathy, because we develop deeper compassion, deeper understanding of that person and how that person is being shaped or conditioned by the situation that the person has gone through. If someone has a very abusive childhood, if someone has a lot of traumatic experiences in his or her life, and that traumatic experiences and that abuses is going to shape that behavior that can develop different unacceptable patterns of behavior in that person. So instead of looking at the outward unacceptable behavior, if we can develop some deep understanding of that person's inside, how he's been conditioned by the circumstances that person has to go through. So we develop some kind of acceptance and empathy, and then willingness to even to help that person to change and overcome that. So I think that's the way to broaden our heart, not to approve it, but to understand, how those people have been shaped and conditioned by the things that happen to them in their life. Yeah, I think, Bhante, so we can have further discussion on this Sunday. So we are going to have our monthly gathering, right, Bhante?
Yes. Yeah, this
Yeah.
Sunday we have a monthly program.
Yeah. Are we having a potluck lunch?
Yes, Bhante. As usual, we are having our potluck lunch and also talk. Also, it's love as a practice, right, Bhante? You are going to do.
We can continue this discussion from a different perspective with more, references to the teachings of the Buddha on Sunday. So I think for today, remember the dandelions. And start to learn to love and appreciate the dandelions. It's okay to have some dandelions in your yard. It can add some. So I look forward to see you on Sunday. Then we will continue our discussion on love on Sunday. Yes, Bhante. So maybe you can proceed to the other part of the program.
Yes, Bhante. Thank you, Bhante, for having this nice talk, and also thank you, Adrian, for your question. And so we hope that you will be joining me in person in our next program, in our Sunday monthly program. And thank you all our friends also who are joining over YouTube. So now we can move to the next part of our program. At 14. transference of merits. Now we are going to transfer the merit that we acquired with our departed relatives. Whoever departed relatives who have done many things for the progress of our life, for the well-being of our life, just think about them and share these merits with them. May our relatives share our goodness. May they also be happy and rejoice our goodness. Let's chant together. Idammi ñātinang hotu sukhita huntu ñātayo. Idammi ñātinang hotu sukhita huntu ñātayo. Idammi ñātinang hotu sukhita huntu ñātayo. Transference of testing. All beings who are accept and able to share our merits may Wish for the well-being of the world in English. May the weather be blessing. May the people prosper and happiness in the world. May the rulers be righteous. May all those who are suffering from suffering relief from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Aspiration. May souls and acts become until like one. Purification. Body, speech, or mind, I have carelessly done wrong. I acknowledge them all in front of the Tathagata of great wisdom and determined to be heedful. Now we are going to our blessing service for you. We will be chanting Karaniya Metta Sutra, discourse on loving kindness, originally uttered by the Buddha with great compassion and loving kindness to all beings. We wish that may you all receive the blessings of the great compassion of the Buddha. With these blessings, may you all be well, happy, and receive good health and healing. And you may also recall to your mind whoever you want to share these blessings with, your family members, relatives, friends, whoever who mind, share these blessings with them too. May you all receive these blessings. May you all be well, happy, and peaceful. Bhagavatu Arahatu Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Arahatu Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tasse Sambuddhassa Karaniya Matta Kusalena Antang Santang Padang Abhisaminche Suvato Muduvanati Mahani Sekoche Subaroche Sallahu Antindiyoche Ambukulesu Ananugindo Nachekundang Sama Kinchene Vinyu Pare Upavadiyum Minu hontu sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitatma eke cipan bhutat etata vata virava namaste sadigava imantava Ratnakanugatula dittava eva additta echedure vasanti avidure bhutava sambhave siva Santa bhavantu sukhitanta naparo parang nikumbete nati mangnyete katte cinang kanji vyarusena nanya manyat sedukka micciye mata yatani yang puntang ayusa eka punte manurakke evam pisambhutesu aparimanang mittan ca sambhalokasmin manasang bhavaye aparimanang Tiyanca asambadang avirang asepantang tintang carang nisinu vasayanu vigata mindo etang sating adinteye brahma metang viharang idemahu dittinca anupagam sileva Dena sampanno kamesu vinayage dang nahi jatu gabda seyang punareti Etena satcha vajjena sottite hotu sambhada etena satcha vajjena sambharogo etena satcha vajjena hotu te mangalang Sabbitiyo vivajjantu sambharogo vinamsatu mate bhavatantarayo sukhi digayuko bhave bhavatu sabbha mangalang rakkantu sabbha devata sabbha buddhanubhavena Sada sunti bhavantu te bhavatu sabbha mangalang rakkantu sabbha devata sabbha dhammanubhavena sada sunti bhavantu te bhavatu sabbha mangalang rakkantu sabbha devata sabbha sanghanubhavena Sada sunti bhavantu te. Let's spend a moment of reflection. Reflect your own good deeds, kind deeds. Whenever you have done whatever kind deeds, let's on this day or in the past, if I have done to other beings with my body, speech, or mind, whether gratefully here before the I call to mind those kind deeds and let my heart rejoice. I rejoice in those kind deeds. Opportunity to be helpful to others. I rejoice in those kind deeds, wishing more opportunities to practice compassion. I rejoice in those kind deeds, in those kind deeds, and gladly share this joy with all beings everywhere. Indeed, relieve the births of other beings. Kind deeds from all dangers and pain. May my kind deeds and merits that come from them help me free my heart. Now you can recall to any kind deed done by someone else, whether to you or others. Even if we don't, let's recall those moments. Let's rejoice. On this day, or in the past, if I have seen or heard of the kind deeds done by others, with their body, speech, or mind, whether great or little, here before the Buddha, I call to mind those kind deeds and let my heart rejoice. I rejoice in the goodness of others, being always ready to praise kind people and follow their example. Rejoice in the goodness of others, appreciating that there are many good-hearted people in the world. I rejoice in the goodness of others, expressing gratitude for any kindness done. May the kind deeds of others bring safety and happiness to many living beings. May the kind deeds of others foster gratitude and fellowship among many living beings. May the kind deeds of others nurture goodness in me and many living beings. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you, Bante. Thank you, everyone who join our YouTube and who are in person to participate in this meditation. So we are having our monthly program, as Bante mentioned, that in this weekend, Sunday 19th, from 11 to 3 p.m., having potluck lunch and the talk. So all are invited in person. And also we are going to give a live session just only for talk. That's maybe 1:30, right, Bante? Or
Yes,
1:30.
1:30. Yeah, yeah. So there's no chance to join potluck through online, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you.
everyone.
So nice to see you all. I really appreciate your participation. I look forward to see you all, maybe on Sunday and or maybe on next Wednesday. And have a great